Hello guys, and welcome to UsedTube, and in this episode I will be reviewing the Lumix G5. This is the Lumix G5, which is no longer a present lineup camera. I think we're on to the G7 now, I believe, or the G85 I think it is, or G8. This was released back in 2012. It's a 16 megapixel micro four thirds camera. It had a lot of the latest features back in 2012. It doesn't do 4K footage, but it does do 1080p at 50 or 60 frames per second. The used prices do stack up very nicely now on one of these, so if you're looking to filming for a YouTube video and you're going to be recording in 1080p, then this is a cracking camera to do that. This is a micro four thirds camera, 16 megapixels. It comes with optical image stabilization, which is also in the lenses, providing you by the Panasonic iOS lenses. This is the stock lens that comes with the camera. This is what you'll probably get in most of the kits, which is a 14 to 42 zoom lens. A cracking camera for most universal photography and simple video work. We've got stereo microphones there as well on the top. It doesn't come with a microphone input, but you can record your audio separately on a separate audio device like the Zoom H1 or the Zoom H2, something like that. It also has a flip out screen which turns 360 degrees, so you can look at it at whatever angle you want. The screen is also touchscreen, which means you don't have to rely on a menu system. You can just touch it. Startup times as well are pretty damn good. Literally you flick the switch and within a second it's up and running. You have a dedicated video button there on the top. Also, if you want instant photos and you want the camera to do the work for you, you have the AI button, which is the auto intelligent mode, which you can press to take your photo first, and that's all done in camera. You also have a quick menu function there. You can randomly select from the main menu what you want, or your most useful functions that you want to put onto your quick menu for easy access, which is a really good idea. You can also take the picture with the touchscreen. If you want to select a certain part of the screen that you want to take your photo in, touch the screen and it'll take the photo for you. It does have focus tracking. It is a little bit slow. I've found using this for video work really works better in manual mode. I do actually use manual lenses as well. Like I say, this is the autofocus stock 14 to 42 lens, but I use a 50mm prime zenith lens with an adapter on this camera, and the footage is very good for near 1080p camera. The outputs from this camera are either AV-CHD, which is, I believe, the Panasonic's own H.264 compression, which just gives you that little bit more detail, I believe, or you can go for the standard MPEG-4, which again is the H.264, I believe. It does come with image stabilization, which is sold as the Mega iOS system from Panasonic. I believe this is an in-camera stabilization, optical stabilization, which is part of the lens as well. To obviously gain the best image stabilization, you will need to purchase the iOS lenses, because obviously this is an electronic camera. As you can see there, you've got a set of connection rings there along the bottom, and your connectors up along the top here. As I said before, you can use manual prime lenses of any make on this camera. Obviously the camera will only be in full manual mode, and you will need an adapter, but the beauty of having a micro four thirds camera is you can fit an awful lot of different lenses, which is absolutely fantastic. The main purpose of this review is this particular camera is a very good budget purchase if you're just thinking about getting into video, or you're looking to do some bit of YouTube. It's a perfect affordable way to get started, really. This particular G5 model is no longer manufactured. You may still be able to pick them up new from certain places. There is a link to Amazon's website down below in the description, which you may be able to get a purchase, but most of these are second hand now. Over here in the UK, you could probably pick one of these up now for probably around £100, or maybe possibly $150 over there in the US. Basically, it's a cracking contender to the pre-4K at an extremely good budget price. We have multiple functions on this camera. We have a P function, A function for aperture priority, S for shutter priority, and a full manual. We also have two custom menus that you can use, which is the C1 and C2, which is fully customizable. We also have a scene menu for various scenes. We also have a customs art menu, which gives you high dynamic, impressive art, dynamic monochrome, sepia, low key, high key, retro, expressive, 1-point color, star filter, soft focus, miniature effect, toy effect, cross process, and high dynamic again. The one touch video button is extremely useful, as you can see there. Basically it's one touch video. You point and shoot at what you intend to film, press your video button, and away you go. If you're using your manual lenses, of course, obviously the fact that they are manual, you can you still have a little bit of control there over your aperture. All the other functions on the back are there with the one click of any of the feature buttons. We have ISO, white balance, bracketing, and your self timer, which is 2 or 10 seconds. You also have other custom function buttons on the back of the camera, which you can also assign in a customs menu, so you can have one click button to the particular features that you use the most. It also comes with a pop-up flash, not very powerful, but it's quite good just for fill-in if you want to take some photos. I don't believe it comes on during video, so you'd have to fit yourself a little video light like this, which is easy to do. We just get your little light, slide it on the top, and there we go. We have two adjustment dials on this camera. There is one there on the top and one on the back there. This can be selected for either your aperture or priority or shutter speed, depending on how you've set it up in your customs menu. Thank you for watching, guys. I hope that was useful to somebody, and I will see you in the next video.